Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Welcome back to a new angle, and welcome back for my February recap. I'm going to show off all the minis that I got painted this month. Managed to knock out 65 minis this month, which is a little over double what I did last month. Mind you, some of them were pretty easy, but I'm pretty satisfied. I'm going to flip the camera around and give you the best angle I can. This isn't actually easy, but it would be better if this camera had a little bit better angle. But there's the back row. I hope you can see the chimera, the winged unicorn, the parrotin, ogre, werewolf, mushrooms, the white stag, wendigo, a hellhound, some wolves. Next row is some terrain pieces, a nice cool sort of steampunky cannon, the fountain, the giant snake, the harpies that I'm really proud of. Not a big fan of working with greens and browns, but yet that's all this month was, greens and browns, a little bit of orange here and there, a little bit of blue, not a lot of my usual favorite colors. Over here we got some really special pieces. I got a Destro from Star Schlock, some Galacta miniatures, a little diorama that I picked up a while back. Again, there's the sea serpent from Grenadier, a row or two of Reaper miniatures, and what is that? That's an Archon Studios Starfinder, a couple miniatures there, a couple of oddball miniatures, some more Reaper miniatures that I really am fond of. And there's a nice shot, hopefully, of Brian's sea elf character. Got the deep sea diver, and not the last, but one of the last Arduin miniatures, the Hellhopper. Let me move the camera around. I can show some of them off. Sorry about the extreme close-up there, folks. Not my intention to scare anybody. If you've got children around, fast forward that part. Here's the Hellhopper. And as you can see, it came with a couple of different tongues. There's one of them, the really long one. There's the not so long one. And I'm going to probably magnetize these so that I can, change. Whoop. Maybe if I put it up where you can actually see it, it'll be better. And then, of course, there's just the closed mouth, which, I'll probably lose and never use. But another mini I wanted to show off just because it's one of my favorite miniatures of all time from Alternative Armies way back in the day. I just love this guy with the Frisbee of Death. It's just such a fantastic, pour hammer kind of mini. It was made to go with 40K way back in the day before GW started getting all weird. But I just love this whole idea of this Frisbee of Death. Just launch it at your opponents and somehow remote control it, that kind of thing. I'm also going to glue in a gem in the center of that iron cross at the top. But believe it or not, this mini I've actually stripped and repainted 3 or 4 times, and I'm probably never going to do that again because I found our Alternative Army still sells this mini, so I'm just going to order like a dozen of these guys and just have a whole army of weird Inquisitor-looking dudes. I give you a close-up of the sea elf I did for Brian from Weird World War II. I'll be sending this off once I find a male version to send him. The coral is literally nothing but super glue, sand, and a couple of toothpicks. And this picture does not give it do it justice. It really looks like coral. My son thought it was actually part of the miniature base itself. I'm like, nope. Made that from scratch. Super glue really has a fun effect with sand. It really makes a great way to, instead of using baking soda on the bases, I like using actual sand. Here's an example. That's not flock, that's just green sand. And it looks more realistic than flock. And then I've got some actual sand here painted to just look like dirt. And if you filter it and and sift it and, you know, keep the smallest of the particles, it doesn't look too bad. But that's what I got for you today. I might get out another video on Top Secret, but I'm not done with the book, and I really want to actually get the next Top Secret video to be a twofer, because apparently espionage games are making something of a comeback. Folks are starting to see the potential in espionage, you know, and not just in modern day settings, but as you'll find out Saturday night with the Shadow Chat, we're going to talk about espionage in sci-fi games, and I think there's a lot to be said for aspects of spycraft in your games, even heck in your fantasy games. Spy missions were always a big hit with us, but that's for tomorrow. So in the meantime, I'm going to get back to reading and take a little break from painting, because I did really bust my ass knocking these out. I'm going to show this one off right before I go. This is an Archon Studio miniature, and the fact that the victim is actually holding up the larger miniature is just a testament to how spectacular their sculptors and design team is. Just nobody does it better, in my opinion, when it comes to really. I mean, this miniature, it tells the full story, don't it? It's got everything you need. It's got the, you know, the bad guy, the not so lucky victim, and everything. Even the sword, the way it's falling. I don't know if you can see this, but you can really see that he's dropped his blade in. You know, it's really a snapshot, 1 second of, well, the end of this poor guy's life, I guess. But just, who does it better, right, folks? Archon Studio, favorite miniature company of all time. And with any luck, I'll be getting 500 more minis from them in March, and that's what I'll be doing in March. But in the meantime, go out there, get some gaming done. Heck, get some painting done. And enjoy the time in this hobby that you've got. So many of us are, you know, on the way out, and, you know, pour one out for them. But in the meantime, go out there, roll some dice, have some fun, and until next time, folks, happy trails.